Blade of Desperation is a sword. Fighting technique. It was created by Kier. The Blade of Desperation is a fighting style and involves utilizing every part of the basta longsword, including the hilt and cross guard, pummel and attacking the opponent, or any type of weapon Kier gets a hold of. Kier created to compensate for his lack of speed and physical strength when fighting stronger opponents. The basta longsword was given to him by SGK when he was defenseless and weak. Soon after, Kier created techniques to compensate his strength and agility and speed. Back when he was new to everything as a miracle user, over time he perfected them and worked on new techniques to counter new ones when tricky situations arise. And that sword style was his means of survival. Some Bunker 5 members looked down upon the style, calling it pathetic and desperate. But the style was praised by the Guardians from Bunker 5, showing that he had a strong will to live despite all that has happened to him. The technique itself had no name. It was Bunker 5 who dubbed it as such, and was later named by them to preserve the memory of his simply sad past. The merciful sword is an outdated version or precursor of the Blade of Desperation. Due to Kier's lack of combat and strength at the time, Kier was only able to rely on deflection and redirection by absorbing an attack and cleverly redirecting its momentum or direction away from the user or back onto the target with his basta longsword. The SGK helped him come up with this technique. Unlike traditional sword fighting, it focuses on precise timing and force to manipulate incoming strikes, conserving energy and avoiding injury. Though now obsolete, it shows that mercy and guile can be as powerful as force. Currently, Kier discreetly uses it with the Blade of Desperation if he doesn't feel like putting in some work. And people from Bunker 5 hardly ever heard of this style due to his cunning way of hiding it. Lock smile. Regarded as a beautiful technique from a Guardian. This is Kier's second technique, characterized by a momentary surge of mana or energy that results in a significant increase in speed. This technique can be employed both defensively or offensively. Kier utilizes it to evade attacks or to swiftly close the gap between himself and his opponent. He can seamlessly roll or slip past the opponent's side, positioning himself behind them. The proximity achieved during this maneuver is that it pinpoints the target's chest or backside and slashes them with brute strength. Even when opponents possess comparable speed, Kier's superior accuracy sets him apart at that moment. His keen observation of others in combat has allowed him to develop this technique known as the lock smile, which is characterized by his swift and fluid movements on the battlefield. This style resembles a blinding dance, captivating all who witness his remarkable fighting prowess. This technique was also not named as it was dubbed by Guardians from Bunker 5 on Drexel. 12/3/24, 9:24 a.m. The latent requital is Kier's final fighting style, learned at his full potential. Sword technique. Kier basically just uses a standard sword technique that can counter specialized techniques due to his exceptional strength, speed, agility, and a keen sensing of use. Mimicry. He can almost perfectly replicate the fighting techniques of other warriors after observing them a few times, selectively adopting those he finds useful. Insomnia improves them, accustomed to him comfortably, intentionally. He can make his own techniques if in certain areas or situations. Fine mana sensing. Kier possesses an acute ability to sense mana, allowing him to detect subtle energy changes in both humans and terrestrials, as well as curators, enabling semi-precise predictions and counters in combat. Untold mana reserve. Kier is one of the strongest Guardians, possesses high level of mana power and combat ability, known for effortlessly slaughtering all manner of mutants or opponents without relying on his miracle or a special sword technique. He can stockpile up his mana for later to run loose in a dire situation. Habituation. Kier is able to adapt to different combat style, tactics, types, strengths, and abilities to formulate the most optimal course of action after a course of time. Fighting in familiarity with this power, he can react to any combat situation, asked within adapting the most optimal skill and strategy.
thus not likely being caught off guard by sudden changes. When he realized that Bunker 5 was naming his techniques through display in action, he decided to name his last technique, as he never thought of names for his moves before. Be mine